In the words of the beloved hymn credited to the 19th century Methodist pastor Alexander Means, "What wondrous love is this, O my soul, O my soul? What wondrous love is this, O my soul? What wondrous love is this that caused the Lord of bliss to bear the dreadful curse for my soul, for my soul. To bear the dreadful curse for my soul." Put your hand here and say, "For my soul, for my soul. What wondrous love is this for my soul." Each of the Gospels depicts the crucifixion of Jesus from varying perspectives. They each offer different details that give us a picture of what happened on that day. In Luke, we view the torture and the dying of Jesus of Nazareth from the perspective of the crowd around him. Now, crucifixions, while they didn't happen every day, they were not uncommon events. The people that gathered around Jesus' cross likely had been gawkers at other crucifixions too. It's like slowing down for a nasty highway accident. Humans like to go where there's tragedy so we can gawk at it. And so that was not uncommon. The crowds gathered to gawk and to mock and to weep. And they knew what to expect at such events. A slow, painful, and agonizing death. Torture. They were gathering at that place to watch human beings being tortured. Wow. Let me reread part of our scripture this morning. "It was now about noon, and darkness came over the whole land until 3 in the afternoon. While the sun's light failed and the curtain of the temple was torn in two. And then Jesus, crying with a loud voice, said, 'Father, into your hands I commit my spirit.' And having said this, he breathed his last. And when the centurion saw what had taken place, he praised God and said, 'Certainly this man was innocent.' And when all the crowds who had gathered there for this spectacle saw what had taken place, they returned home, beating their breasts. But all his acquaintances, including the women who had followed him from Galilee, stood at a distance, watching these things." So even if crucifixions were a common event, something different is happening here. It was a crucifixion for sure. There was blood and suffering and crying and weeping and wailing and screaming and dirt. But even one of the other prisoners nailed up next to Jesus knew something different was going on here. It was not the typical day of torture. Something different was going on. At noontime, the sun is at its highest place in the sky. Bright. Jesus has been on the cross for hours, and the sun is beating down on his naked body, while he suffocates. And suddenly, the sky goes black. Can you imagine? What is going on? Are the gods mad at us? Is the world coming to an end? Panic and terror must have been going through that crowd.